This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I know a lot of people know that I got into it with Just the Robots fans, and a lot of them has overall, turned new leaf. Is that how that saying go? I think that's how that saying goes. But overall, they've had a change of heart. I feel like it's better choice of words, but yeah, they've overall had a change of heart when it came down to me existing on the internet, because that's overall what the issue was in the first place, was that I existed, and they didn't like the fact that I existed. I was somebody that, well, it was more so Just a Robot that had put out that narrative that I don't accept criticism. But I'm like, no, I don't accept your criticism. Your criticism is trying to get me to be a different person or be somebody in the likings of you. I don't want that. I want to be my own person when it comes down to being a content creator. That's one thing. If I can't just say before I get into this episode, because it's probably going to be a lengthy sides episode, that my content creating career isn't based off of being the person that others want me to be. My whole idea of being a content creator is I'm going to be myself, and if people don't like it, I can't change their mind. But if people do like it, I can see why. I've been me for some time now, and not even trying to gas myself up, but just based on other people's opinions about me, more so friends and family and co-workers and customers. I would say I'm a decent person. I ain't gonna say I'm the greatest person of all time, but I'll say that I'm a decent person, and that's what I overall have done. Is the people that or the person that I've been in front of people, I'm like, that's who I am when it comes down to content creating. Now, if you don't like that, that's on you. But overall, I'm like, I'm not gonna change who I am. And I think that was the goal with Just a Robot, but it's a stupid goal. I'm like, if that was the case, then change everybody on the internet. But I know you can't do that because it's impossible. But anyways, that's not what I wanted to talk on. I wanted to talk on the issues that I've had with his fans, because I think a lot of people will look at it like, oh, you just only had issues with Just a Robot, which I have. I've had issues with him, but it was his fans that were doing a lot of the dirty work. And I will say that there are some fans of his where the air has been cleared between us, but overall, I'm like, I don't know. That's one thing that they will have to understand, is if I have trust issues, I have my reasons of having trust issues, and I will get into talking on that. But anyways, so yeah, it did all start in 2016 when when me and him started getting into it. But I would have to say it was probably it was sometime, I think, in 2017, that's when I really started paying attention to his fans and started seeing familiar names and stuff. So anyways, I think one of the first few names I had recognized, because there was the one guy, there was the one guy, Shady Do-Rags, and that was somebody I think I had, I blocked him immediately. When I started seeing him in my comment sections and seeing him defend Just a Robot, I'm like, okay, this is your friend. Obviously, you're going to defend your friend. I'm not going to take that away from you. But he has an issue with me and my content. You, as a friend, should be telling him, hey, just leave this guy alone. He ain't going to change. He don't plan on changing. This is who he is. Leave this guy alone. I don't know why that's so hard to do, but yeah, that was one of the first few names I had seen when getting into it with Just a Robot. I can't remember when exactly. It might have been 2016. If not that, then it was definitely in 2017 when the hate around me had started really getting active and stuff. But yeah, me and him, we have had some run-ins, more so when it came down to comments, but I eventually did pay attention to his pattern and seen the only time he was gonna jump in my comments is when he's defending Just the Robot's name. And so yeah, I would like to see him do that now, but most likely, just like the rest of the internet that knows of Just the Robot, ain't nobody defending that guy. So, but anyways, yeah, he was somebody that I was familiar with when it came down to getting into it with Just the Robot. And And yeah, it was always just oh well, he like just pretty much anything that I would say going against Just a Robot, he would just say the opposite of it. So if I say that if he didn't like my videos, then don't watch them. Then he'll just pretty much say repeat what Just the Robot and every other fan then said, like, oh, it's that's an invalid argument and this and that. And I'm thinking to myself, like, fam, why can you not just? That was one thing that I never understood about Just the Robot, was that he always had to have somebody fight his battles for him. And I'm like, fam, originally this was between me and him. Why are the fans jumping in? So yeah, he was definitely one of those fans where anytime when I would make a video about him, or anytime when I would mention Just a Robot's name, he always would jump to his defense. And I'm like, man, that's one thing that's how I'm always gonna know of that guy, is that he's just a Robot fan. He's not his own person. You know, he's just I feel like that when that time does come, when Just a Robot decides to come back and he thinks that the ghost is clear and people ain't gonna be talking about this Cinnamon stuff no more, that's when that guy will most likely be all like, oh, now I can be all cool with Just a Robot again. But he's like, for now, let me just, I'm like, that's just some fake energy. If Just a Robot ain't paying attention to that stuff, I'm like, that's some fake energy. I'm like, this, and most likely that is gonna be the situation. That guy's gonna contact Just a Robot when all this stuff, like, let's say Just a Robot made another video and it put his channel back on a successful path. Yeah, that guy, he would jump to Just the Robot's defense, be all cool with him and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's some snake behavior, man. I'm like, definitely you gotta pay attention to the people in your circle, because I'm like, nah, I wouldn't want nobody like him in my circle and things. But anyways, but yeah, overall he was one of the first few people I started paying attention to. And then shortly after that, I think it was I Bully Bullies. At the time being, I think he used to go by like mainstream commentary or mainstream media commentary, something like that. But so he started making videos about me. And then, I was like, it's just same business. I'm like, okay, you just a Robot fan. I don't care what you're talking about. I'm still going to do my thing regardless of whatever videos you make on me. But I remember I had to say probably out of all the people, in Just a Robot circle, that was like a fan of his and they were making videos about me, I had to say mainstream media, aka I Bully Bullies, he was the first person I had watched when it came down to making videos about me. And I just remember seeing the one video where I was like, yeah, this guy got a serious problem with me and stuff. But anyways, so I'm watching the video, and then because I remember, I think that's when I had, he was the guy I was calling Wreck-It Ralph. And so, I remember, I think I had said that, and then I watched the video where I can't remember if it was a response or anything. Like, forgive me for not knowing the timelines and when videos was uploaded and all this stuff, but there was one particular video that he did have of me where he was all like, he was like, and I'm watching you, TMossBoss, I'm watching all your moves, like, you can't escape us. And I'm thinking to myself, this is all because of some like reaction videos. Like, at the time being, I don't think the whole Joshua's mom and the fake suicidal girl situation had happened yet. But yeah, I just remember he made that video, and I'm thinking to myself, like, fam, you are a grown man. Like, I don't know if you didn't know that, but I'm like, I don't know how old he is. I would assume me and him are around the same age. I may be older, he may be older, regardless of the fact. I'm like, at the time being, though, when he made that video, yeah, you can tell that he was a grown man. It wasn't like he was a kid. Even if he was a kid, I'm like, still, that's weird to say that about somebody, So, yeah, that's one thing about it, is that them guys, they can't beat the stalker allegations, because there's a couple other people where I'm like, yeah, they definitely had some stalkerish behavior and things. But anyways, so yeah, mainstream media, he was or I Bully Bullies, he was the one person I did see when he made a video on me. I was have to say he was probably the first person in that community outside of Just the Robots, like talking about fans. I'm like, yeah, he was the first fan where I did see a video, but he wasn't the only fan that was making videos. Like, there were so many different people in Just the Robots community that was making videos about me. That's why I said before, it was like, it seemed like it was like once a week I seen a new video about me being uploaded, or the uploader being in my comment sections pretty much just doing the same thing Just a Robot did, promoting their videos or having other people promote the videos. But yeah, overall it was a situation where I'm like, dang, bruh, like, when is this gonna? So yeah, this is like 2017, 2018, 2019, during that time frame. And then Joshua. So no, that's one thing I almost forgot, because I was like, I did want to kind of talk on like the conclusion of all these different. So Shady Durags, haven't had no conversations with him. I think last time I seen anything related to him in my comment sections was years ago. So I mean, if he wants to apologize, cool. If not, then it's one of those things where I'm like, hey, well, you stay in your area and I'll stay in my area. So, and we could go on from there. But I Bully Bullies, he did reach out to me and apologize. And I don't know if it was like a fake apology or he genuinely meant that apology, but yeah, I remember he did come to my channel, or was it Twitter? I think it was Twitter, and he apologized. Yeah, it was Twitter, he apologized, but then shortly afterwards he wanted me to jump in a Discord call with Just a Robot, and that was when I discovered that whole dyslexia stuff. So I had to say that was the last time I did talk with I Bully Bullies, was when he brought that up, and that's when I was like, nah. And that's why I'm like, that paranoia kicks in, because I'm like, okay, did he actually mean that apology, or was he only just trying to say that so I can jump in this voice call with Just a Robot? And I'm like, no, I ain't trying to do that. So anyways, I mean, if he did genuinely mean the apology, then cool. If not, and then it's whatever. It's like, at the end of the day, an apology is just words to me and stuff, but I mean, it's act of respect, if you genuinely mean that and things, and it's like, okay, cool, I can respect it if you genuinely meant it. But if not, then I'm like, all right, then it's just words that were said for no reason. But anyways, then I think that's when I think it was right, or it was like maybe moments before this whole fake suicidal girl situation, where Joshua, Just a Robot's editor, where and I think I've talked on this before, but for those that don't know, he originally had reacted to one of my videos. He reacted. So for those that don't know, I also make Try Not to Laugh challenges, where I just kind of gather up funny videos that make me laugh. And I'm like, okay, I think me and my fans, we got the same sense of humor. They subscribe to me because of the stuff that I find funny and things. So I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and, put some videos together and things and make a Try Not to Laugh challenge. So yeah, at one point in time on my main channel, I was uploading Try Not to Laugh challenges on there, but I ended up creating a channel just strictly for my Try Not to Laugh videos. So anyways, but I did one, and Joshua had reacted to it. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Another person because at that time being, a lot of different people were reacting to my Try Not to Laugh challenges. Like, I had to say, if it wasn't the reaction videos, I probably would, well, actually, no, then it would probably have been the gaming content, but I have to say, like, some secondary side content, like, because I was doing compilation videos long before I did even gaming videos and reactions. Like, so I remember I did kind of getting off topic, but I did prior, before I created my gaming channel, I would do Vine compilations. And so yeah, I was kind of doing that for a little bit, then I stopped. And then shortly afterwards, that's when I started doing gaming videos. But anyways, I did Try Not to Laugh challenges. I was a part of this Facebook group at the time being, where we would just kind of like share and pass off videos to each other. So there was a lot of people within that group that was doing reaction videos. So if I had to assume at the time being, I had thought Joshua had came from that. Well, no, I think I had left that community during that at some point in time. So yeah, I don't know. If somebody had to ask me, like, prior, before discovering he was Just a Robot fan, overall, yeah, I didn't know where he came from, but I did see that he reacted to one of my videos, so I watched it. I felt that he was kind of acting a little weird in the videos and things, so maybe yeah, I don't know, I didn't think he was Just a Robot fan, but I was like, yeah, this video seemed kind of off. So then at some point in time, then that's when the whole fake suicidal girl situation had happened, and then that's when he did this video where he was in the backseat of a car yelling at like, or I guess, yeah, in a way, yelling at me and stuff, but through a video and things. I was like, I don't think it wouldn't have been like no face-to-face him yelling at me and stuff. But anyways, regardless, besides that, but no, yeah, he did a video where he was yelling about that situation, and so I just kind of poked fun at him over it and stuff. Didn't really think twice of the video. And then yeah, then after that, I would have to say then that's when the whole like Joshua's mom thing had happened, and I did apologize, but then I seen that he was going around helping out people making videos about me, but he was in my comments telling me to be quiet about the situation. But I'm like, you're going around helping people change the narrative. Like, I don't think you're understanding how wrong that is and stuff. Like, at first it was like, oh, you made fun of this video, this tribute video, where I didn't even know that it was a tribute video, to, oh, you made fun of the fact that my mom had died. And so I'm thinking to myself, I don't know how that changed from one situation to another, but I'm like, okay, if that's how you guys want to play that game, then cool. You do whatever it is that you got to do. I'm still gonna defend myself regardless. So then, then at some point in time, he did kind of like disappear, and then that's when all the information about him had was brought to my attention. So I think I was streaming, and somebody had told me that he got caught up talking to a minor, and I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. I was like, I didn't think that was going to be his outcome and stuff. But then at some point in time, he apologized to me. So, and I still have that apology up. Let me find that apology video, or not video, but comment real quick. Let's see YouTube Studios, because I was actually shocked. Now I was like, wow, all right. He did not too long ago leave a comment talking about one of my videos and things. But anyways, let's see. Okay, so he goes on to say it was like of a body cam reaction video that I did. But anyways, he goes on to say, and this was like the last time, well, up until not too long ago, where he left a comment underneath one of my videos. But anyways, so he goes on to say, hey T-Moss, this is Joshua, the guy who used to work for Just a Robot, and whom also made that rant about you in the backseat of my car. And so, yeah, I was like, that's one thing. He could have just left it off as like he used to work for Just a Robot. I knew exactly who he would have been and stuff. But anyways, so then he goes on to say in the next part, he was like, I just want to take this moment and apologize for all those videos I made on you. I'm sorry I was demeaning, overreactive, and just flat out bully. I'm also sorry for some of the racist things I said towards you. I could have handled my criticism in a more civil, calm, and mature manner. I'm sincerely sorry for everything I did, man. I hope everything is going well for you and have a great life. Peace. So I think at that time being, because when did he leave this comment? They don't let you know when he left a comment. But yeah, I think that was at the point in time where he was just getting a universal cancellation, because yeah, all that stuff started coming to light where there's like people that was telling me that he was having inappropriate conversations with them. And then, then he had an inappropriate conversation with the minor. And then I found out what the racist thing that he said about me, because there was a video that I watched where they were talking about Joshua, and they said that he had said something so crazy that all those guys had to get on him about it. And I was like, these are people that had it out for me and stuff. So anyways, and yeah, it turns out that that's what he did. Like, he photoshopped my face on a monkey's body or something like that. And I'm thinking to myself, like, bruh, I thought he would have did something a little bit more worse than that. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like it's not something that I encourage, but it's something that I'm like, oh, that was, I guess, like when it was brought to my attention what he had said, I was like, that was it. Like, that's all that he said or did. I'm like, I guess I'm like, I don't see how that's, if you guys was thinking I was gonna get upset or be hurt by it. I'm like, fam, I didn't have people call me the N-word, threaten violence on me and stuff. Like, I ain't seen a lot worse on the internet besides that. So I'm like, the fact that them guys still got on him about it though, I was like, that's what I did find crazy and things. Because I'm like, if you guys know Just a Robot, you know that he definitely has some no, it ain't even like some racism tendencies. No, he is a racist. And so it's like, yeah, I ain't heard situations with that guy being racist. And I've talked on that before, how racist he is, numerous occasions. And I'm like, and other people then talked about how racist he is. So that's why I'm like, man, I ain't hearing, he could go ahead and say that he ain't racist, but I'm like, I ain't believing in that. So I'm like, you might try to convince your fans that, or some new people that, but you ain't got me convinced on that. I'm like, nah, bruh. But anyways, so yeah, then that was the outcome of Joshua. And that's the thing, just to make it clear, like, I don't have no ill feelings towards any of these guys, even including Just a Robot. You know, it's just one of those things where I'm like, they are annoying. So, but I mean, what I bullies and Joshua, like, these guys did apologize to me. I'm, again, with the paranoia, I don't know if they genuinely meant it or if they were just trying to, because I am going to talk on how, like, there's been some Just a Robot fans that have been fake and then, pretend to be a fan when they're really not and things. I'm going to talk on that in a moment. But, overall, I was, I was like, with Joshua's apology, I think he genuinely meant it, because I'm like, with all the stuff that he's going through, I think that's the best thing that you can do is right your wrongs and stuff with people. So Yeah, I was like, that was the last time, besides recently, where he left a comment talking about something with just a robot. But I don't think he's a part of that community anymore. Like I think he realized that that community was very toxic, and it's not good for his health, you know. So, but then, anyways, then I remember there was this one guy. What was that guy's? I think that guy's name was Riley. And this was just during like that time period where I was kind of just discovering some of Just the Robots fans that were like frequently uploading videos about me. Because the one guy, Riley, it was actually, I had checked his socials because I had him blocked. And just to see if it was like, if he was still tweeting about me, and he is. It's funny because it was actually last month where I seen him make a tweet about me. But anyways, for those that don't know Riley, I think his name is like Riley D or something like that. But so he was the guy, if you guys remember me talking about a dude that was reading my tweets and was eating one of those like TV frozen dinners. Yeah, that's that guy. He I remember seeing him a few times in my comment sections. And then I didn't watch the video. He might even still have that video up. Like, hold on for a second. Let me see if he still does, because I was like, that's one of those videos where I'm like, if you're thinking you're gonna find something against me, I'm like, I'm telling you right now, you're not. But anyways, reading TMossBoss tweets. Let's see. Oh, he still does have that video. I'm gonna react to it. No, I gotta react to that video because I'm like that. I find that kind of sad. I'm like, you know, you're sitting here eating it. You could be doing any and everything with your life, and he looks like somebody that's of an older age. But I'm like, you over here reading my tweets. I'm like, yeah, that just lets me know how your life is going. I'm like, that's kind of sad. But anyways, I remember when I very first had seen that video, not watching it, but just seeing what the video was about. I was like, this guy is really eating a TV dinner, reading my tweets. And that's something where I know, and I think I've said that before, and that's probably why he did that video. But, when I mean like these guys were stalking me, watching my every move, watching any videos where I would talk on the situation and things, like, yeah, because I would bring it up at times, like how Just the Robots fans were harassing me on Twitter. So they knew I had a Twitter account. So it wasn't like it was something where it was like, and plus it was like, there were some arguments that went down on Twitter. But anyways, but yeah, I mentioned it before, how like I have a Twitter, and I think that's how he found that out. And he thought like, oh, maybe, because I think at that time being when he did upload that video, a lot of different content creators were being called out for uploading, or not uploading, but for like old tweets from their childhood. And I think that's what he was thinking with me. And I'm like, if anything, you're just gonna find it where I might misspell or misuse a word, you know, like if that's what you're gonna be calling me out on. But if you think you're gonna find me, like, I mean, what, like if you think it's gonna be a situation like a white guy getting caught up saying the N-word, or, you know, I'm like, newsflash, I am African American, so I mean, like, I don't know what tweets you're gonna find of me where it's like I'm gonna have to apologize for those tweets. But yeah, it's just something that I've always have said, you know, whatever I do say on the internet, like I genuinely mean that. So it's something where if I said some offensive to you, or if I said some offensive to somebody that you're a fan of, that's just how I feel. You know, I'm not going to hold back or anything. But that's the thing, I just don't be going around just saying offensive stuff, like, unless like I have a reason to. Other than that, I'm like, yeah, I ain't got no reason to be out here just offending people and things. But yeah, overall, I was like, I seen that video, and I'm like, bro, you come on now. I'm like, just all I'm gonna say about that is do better. But yeah, last time I seen him in my comment sections, I honestly can't remember. I'm like, because it got to a point where I was just, yeah, I think a lot of people know that I was deleting comments and stuff. So maybe he might have left a comment sometime yeah, I guess, like, I don't know, now I think recently, unless he's going underneath a different name or something. But yeah, I was like, I remember just, you know, coming across that video one day and seeing, like, I was like, I wonder if he's still tweeting about me. And yeah, and I was like, yeah, he did make a tweet about me. It was something regarding Just a Robot, but then he was all like, he said, I think it was like, I don't care how many videos TMossBoss makes on Just a Robot, or he was like Just a Robot's downfall was bound to happen. But it's still like F TMossBoss. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you're still worried about me off of what? Like, what have I done to you personally? I guess, like, yeah, when I do that video and get the roasting him and stuff, that tweet video, then yeah, then he'll have a reason to not like me. But other than that, I'm like, yeah, I just found that silly. You know, he's somebody where I was like, I just, you know, with him, I'm like, he still got ill feelings towards me. So if out of nowhere randomly he decides like, oh, I want to have a change of heart, I'm I'm like, nah, you good. Because there was one particular fan that I can't remember his name, but he would create numerous accounts just to talk with me and stuff. And it's crazy how, like, just sitting down thinking about it. But man, I wish I could think of that guy's name. But anyways, so I remember seeing his account, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I've seen this name before. I'm like, man, I wish I could honestly, because it was like, I started warning people about that guy, because I was like, nah, he came from a very, I was telling people, I was like, he came from a very toxic fan base, so just to save you any trouble or anybody coming into your streams being weird, because at this time, like, so I am kind of jumping the gun a little bit just to talk on this guy, but anyways, no, but I seen his name, and I seen that he was like, so he'll be in my streams like, oh, hey, what's up, TMossBoss? So I like your videos and all this other stuff. You a cool dude, this and that. But then he'll be on Twitter, like if Just a Robot were to make a tweet about me or something, he was like, oh yeah, I hate TMossBoss. So it's like he was just on some snake behavior and things. And I'm thinking to myself, like, man, you know, why did like people do that? Why did they fake being a fan and then just to turn around and say some like negative? So he never did, but the next guy, and I think some of you might remember this name, again, jumping the gun, because there is a person that I forgot to talk on. You know what, actually, just to talk on him real quick. So back in 2020, there was a video I had uploaded talking on Trisha Paytas. So at the time being Trisha Paytas, she was dealing with a lot of different controversy and drama. There was even one of my friends that she almost scammed out of $500. Yeah, I was like, it was some crazy stuff going on with Trisha Paytas. Now I think she's cool now. Like, I don't think she's doing anything controversial or weird or crazy. But I separated myself from seeing anything Trisha Paytas related. So that's why I'm like, nah. I mean, I guess like if she does something to go viral, then yeah, I might take a quick like look at it and things. But other than that, I'm like, I could care less what Trisha Paytas got going on and stuff. I'm like, whatever she's doing, that's on her. But yeah, at one point in time though, she did scam a friend of mine's out of $500. So I was making quite a few videos on Trisha Paytas. And then eventually, I remember I did do this one video where, so I recorded it through this program called Wondershare Filmora. I don't know what was wrong with the program, but for some reason, it didn't record my audio. So I didn't know that. I thought it did because I recorded videos like literally moments before, and it was working perfectly fine. So I thought that video worked perfectly fine too. I uploaded the video, and I was like talking on Trisha Paytas or whatever. So anyways, I upload the video. A friend of mine had reached out to me because he's seen that I was talking on Trisha Paytas a lot. So he was interested. I think he was interested at least. But so he reaches out and he's all like, hey, this video ain't got no audio. So I check, see, it ain't got no audio. I'm like, man, what is... So I'm upset about this Wondershare Filmora stuff. So anyways, took the video down, left it alone. And then shortly afterwards, because that's something that I like doing, is looking my name up just to see how many videos I uploaded throughout the week. And so anyways, I go and see, and I see that the video was re-uploaded. And so I'm thinking to myself, why is this video being re-uploaded? So I go and look, and then in the description, so this is, if you guys remember me talking about a racist Twitter stalker, yeah, this is how I discovered that guy. So anyways, he uploads the video, and he's all like, oh, TMossBoss is just showcasing how much of a lazy content creator he is. He uploaded this video, they didn't have no audio, and I'm like, I guess technical difficulties no longer exist. Like, yeah, that's what it counts as. It's just you being lazy. It's just, no, it can't just be a mistake on my part. It's just me being lazy, even though I uploaded thousands of videos with audio. So anyways, so I seen that, and I'm like, why is this guy? So I started doing a little bit more research and within this guy. That's when I discovered that this guy, out of all the people within content creating, like the dramas, the people that I done got into it with, this guy had to have been the longest running stalker surrounding my name. There's evidence going all the way back to 2018 of this guy stalking me, taking screenshots of things that I post on social media. And I'm thinking and this was every single day. Anytime when I will post something, he will post about it. He's like, oh, TMossBoss just posted a new video. And I'm thinking to myself, why are you updating 2 followers on your social media account that I posted a video when they very well can check on my channel? Like, this ain't no different than when Just a Robot, he uploads a video talking about what TMossBoss is doing now. This was last year when I was blowing up off of the voiceover videos, And I'm thinking to myself, a person can just very well go to my channel and see what I'm doing or see what I'm posting and stuff. So why are you updating people on it when they could just easily, like, what do you think is going to take more time? You finding out who this guy is and then, then scrolling through a bunch of different tweets or searching up my name on YouTube or anywhere. And I'm thinking to myself, like, yeah, I don't get that. But so no, I see that. I see, because I think it was like shortly later once when I started seeing all the different stuff, like how far back it went. But anyway, so he, now I think, yeah, he still does have 3 different Twitter accounts, based on just talking about me. At one point in time, he was just randomly re-uploading my videos. And so then I ended up, cause I was like, bro, you're uploading videos that don't even need to be uploaded. Like, go on about your business. Like, you are a grown man. Like, act like it, bro. But anyways, yeah, he was just randomly re-uploading my videos. I got on him about that. Then, he started being, racist to me on social media. I got on him about that. So the one thing I do remember, because I can't necessarily say that I think that he was the individual to tell me that I deserve a noose or deserve to be hanged, and then called me the N-word. But because the thing was this, I called him out on that. He didn't deny it. So that's why I'm like, weird. But anyways, but no, that's why I do have evidence on that. I do have screenshots on that where I questioned him about, like, talking about me on a regular basis. I'm like, talk on something that's a little bit more interesting, because at the time being, this is when the Breonna Taylor and George Floyd situation had happened. And I was like, if you're going to talk on something, talk on that. I'm like, that's far more important and serious than talking about my videos every day. And so he goes on to say, like, he covered Just a Robot, but I was like, my fault on that. But anyways, he was like, I covered the George Floyd stuff. And then, he was like, I already covered that. And he was like, I didn't cover Breonna Taylor's situation because I don't care about her situation. And I'm thinking to myself, you said this publicly. And then that's when he had started making all his accounts private and things. Because I'm like, yeah, there's a hold on for a second, I gotta take my watch off. But I was all like, yeah, that's not something that you say publicly. But yeah, he was, I guess, like, he was trying to like paint me out as a suspect or somebody that did something wrong. And I'm like, fam, okay, whatever it is that I did, but it's like, you're still stalking me at the end of the day. And then that's when he tried flipping it on me, all like, oh, you're stalking me. And I'm like, fam, I don't even know who you are. I'm like, but you're watching literally. My thing is this: who do you think would show up to whose house first? The one that got 3 different accounts talking about the individual, or the one that's just randomly making, they didn't even want to be involved with you guys in the first place? So I'm like, yeah, let's see who's more of a stalker than the other. Because I'm like, yeah, I didn't even want to be involved with you guys. Like, I tried to get you to stop talking about me, but you flipped in on some stuff where it's all like, oh, well, I don't want to talk. Like, find something else to talk on and talk on it. Take down them accounts. Take down any tweets you made about me. Talk on something worth interest, like, that's interesting. But ain't nobody like searching for you just so they can see what different tweets and posts that you're making about me. It's like, man, it's something where I remember I seen his face and I'm like, looked like he had one of them like Kevin Hart bum bumps, and I'm like, yeah, focus on that. Focus on getting that stuff off your lip and things, rather than focused on making videos about me and stuff. I'm like, man, it's just some people, they just weird on the internet. But anyways, then I can't remember the last time I heard or seen anything with that guy. I don't care for hearing or seeing anything with that guy. And matter of fact, it's with a lot of the people where it's like, we haven't had like no like grown up conversation and stuff. I don't particularly care for it, like, not even on some like reasoning with them, but I guess just having a conversation with them. I'm like, you go your way and I'll go my way, and we can go on about our business and things. But anyways, then the last person I would have to say that really stood out when it came to just overall being a weird hater, and then just overly just being like an overly Just a Robot fan and stuff. They was like, oh, I gotta get on Just a Robot's good side, was the one guy. And I think a lot of people might know that situation if you follow me on Twitch. If you've been following me on Twitch for years, there's this guy that would join my streams named Hamza. So anyways, he joins my stream. I didn't think anything of it. But then that's when he did bring it to my attention that he used to be a Just a Robot fan. So I'm like, okay. I was like, let's see how this goes down. But I wasn't really thinking too much into it and stuff. I was like, okay, the drama did die off. I'm like, what more could happen in that situation and things, So anyways, But yeah, this was like far after 2020. It was like 2020 two, maybe 2022, and I think it concluded in 2023. But anyways, regardless, so he joins my stream. We're just casually talking, then that's when he brings it up to me that he used to be a Just a Robot fan. I'm gonna put quotations around that use, because I'm like, I don't think he used to be a fan. But anyways, but at the time I wasn't thinking along those lines. I was like, all right, it's whatever. But then he just started like asking me weird questions and stuff. Like he asked me some old off the wall question on like how many people live in your house? Like, do you own a weapon? Like, oh, like where, like just some like just weird questions. And I'm thinking to myself, like, why are you asking me these weird questions? I'm like, fam, like stop doing that. And I'm like, that's weird. I'm like, don't nobody be joining a person's stream just to be asking them weird questions like that unless something's wrong with them and things. And so he's like, well, I don't think they're weird questions. I'm telling you that they're weird questions. Yeah, you might not think that they're weird questions. I'm telling you that they're weird questions and stuff. So anyways, yeah, then from that point on, and that's the thing, you would tell him like not to bring up any things or not to like, I guess, like make the conversation weird. He'll just turn right back around and make the conversation weird. Like he'll like give you some like, oh, halfway made apology, but then he'll turn around and just say something weird. Like that was the whole reason why because eventually I ended up having to block him. And that was the reason why, because he started getting in there disrespecting his own people, his own friends. And I'm thinking to myself, like, yeah, this guy, nah. He's at this point, he's just doing this stuff on purpose, just having these weird conversations and stuff. Because I think there was even a time I remember he joined my stream talking about, oh, he was all like, yeah, my mom was getting on me about cussing in front of her. And I'm like, okay, well then don't cuss in front of her. He's like, well, I'm a grown man. I should be able to cuss if I feel like it. I'm like, yeah, but it's just a respect that you have for your parent. You just don't cuss in front of them or things. I'm like, I have to say the one and only time I did that was like, yeah, it was like some years ago, but it was out of anger. So it wasn't like no like situation where I'm cussing around them just on purpose and things. But anyways, but yeah, he was trying to argue with that, and I'm like, okay, you know what, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I'm playing the game. I can care less what you got going on in your household. You take that up with your mom and stuff. I'm like, it ain't got nothing to do with me. But anyways, then he was like bringing up stuff that affected me in my childhood, well, more so like my high school years, not like child like, I was a kid and things, but yeah, more so in my teenage years. What else did he do? I was like, yeah, that guy. Oh, and then then it got to a point where he was going into other people's streams saying some old weird stuff. So there's this one streamer that I'm cool with where I told her like when the day or the night that I had banned him and blocked him all across social media on my Twitch stream. So I had told her, because like I would see he would be in her stream. So this is when I think that I know that this is when he started with the whole stalking stuff. So anyways, so I would, after I banned and blocked them, I told her, and I was all like, yeah, or I think I was all like, it might have even been before that, but regardless, I remember asking her, I'm like, does he say weird things in your stream too? And then that's when she had told me that, yeah, there was a time where she was talking about how she graduated from college, and he goes on to say like, oh, well, it's not like no Ivy League college, it's not like no top tier college, you just and I'm thinking to myself, fam, I don't care if it's community college, the fact that you graduated from college, like that's an accomplishment, that's an achievement. It don't matter what kind of college it is. But yeah, he was trying to like downplay her graduating from college and stuff. Even there would be at times where he did that. I remember there was the one time where me and my friend was in the stream talking, and just overall talking about our careers, and he was trying to downplay our careers. I had to say that was the one time where I got on him, and you would think like, okay, I'm gonna stop saying crazy things in his stream, I'll just talk about the game or whatever and stuff. But no, he just wanted to be weird. And so yeah, like I said, I ended up having to ban and block him. Then I remember he goes and he messages me, and then that's when he was like, and don't think about messaging these content creators because I'm friends with them. And I'm thinking to myself, you're a weirdo. Like you're not. These people will instantly cut you off as soon as like you lack a communication skill. You're gonna say something to them, and then they're gonna realize like, oh yeah, well and the funny thing is like the only streamer I would have to say that he was cool with was the one that ended up banning, because the one that had graduated from college, she was like without hesitation had banned and blocked them. And I think she was looking for a reason, because yeah, that guy, he just come into the stream. So no, this is when the stalking stuff had happened. So if you guys don't know how Twitch works, so at one point in time they used to have this host feature, and then they got rid of it and had it where it was just raids. And so when you finish out a stream, you can raid out to people. So I would finish out a stream, raid out to one of my friends, he would be in their chat. And the crazy thing was, is like, I put it to the test one day. So I waited. I was all like, I'm not going to say anything in chat. I'm not going to do anything in chat. I'm just going to sit and I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait about like 20, 30 minutes and then I'm going to say something. So raid out. Don't say nothing. He ain't like, and then you're not seeing him in chat and things. Soon as I say something, that's when he says something. And I'm thinking to myself, like, and I put it to the test. I was like, so now I join the stream and then instantly say something. That's when he was like, oh, hey. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why are you here? Like, bro, go on about your business. Like, that's the thing where I'm like, if I see a streamer or somebody that, like, they got, like, because actually, that was something that I did where there was a YouTuber that I used to be cool with where he was following Just a Robot. And I'm thinking to myself, like, why is he following Just a Robot? Like, I know that might be some petty stuff to do, but yeah, I unfriended that person. I was like, I don't have nothing else to say. I'm like, why are you following? I ain't even gonna question it. I ain't gonna, like, no, none of that. And I'm like, if you following them, I'm like, that I find that weird, but anyways, but yeah, I was like, I had cut that friend off. I'm like, why is this guy not doing the same thing? I'm like, there's people that you're going to where you're not even cool with them and stuff. So yeah, I was like, then at that point, that's when I had to do an exposing video on him. Then shortly afterwards, that's when a lot of people had started paying attention to his behavior, and then they started banning and blocking him and stuff. And I'm like, all right, but no, so that's what he did. So I make these videos exposing him. Then I show like kind of like a log of all the different messages he sent throughout my stream. And so anyways, I think I did say like there were some messages that I couldn't that I didn't get a chance to take screenshots of, but I will at some point in time. Shortly afterwards, that's when he deactivated his Twitch account, so I couldn't get the logs no more, because Twitch has a way of where you can go into your Twitch chat, and then if you put like I think it's like you put, I can't remember if it's the exclamation point or another key, but if you press this key and put like the person's username, then their profile pops up, and then you can click on like the times where they've sent out messages in your or like chatted in your stream. You can see all of that stuff. So yeah, I go ahead and took some screenshots of his chats, and I was like, I'll probably get the rest tomorrow. I think it was that next day, that's when I seen that he deactivated the account and then started going underneath a different name. And I'm like, yeah, you can continue on with that stalking stuff, but you gotta realize that at some point, I don't think he's doing it anymore, not that I know of. But yeah, I was all like, that guy, he was just flat out weird. I'm like, bro, please go on about your business, like, leave me alone. I don't want to be bothered. But yeah, Just a Robot's fans, I had to say they put in more work than Just a Robot, because I was like, yeah, I felt like he was stalked for a mile. Just a Robot's fans was stalked for 100 miles. So it's like they go above and beyond when it came to that stalking stuff. And I'm like, man, I just wish that stuff would just end. I'm like, I don't want to be bothered with you guys. But anyways, with that being said, yeah, I'm like, that's one thing about it, I guess for anybody out there that's curious or worried about Just the Robot's fans, I haven't really seen too many of his fans now. Like, I'll see a comment here and there, but as far as like them putting in work like how they once was before, no, I'm not seeing that. But anyways, I would definitely recommend, I'm like, be on the lookout for his fans, because yeah, I'm like, I feel like that's the next group of people that need to be interviewed besides Just the Robot. Start interviewing the fans, because I'm like, the fans are the ones where I'm like, yeah, they brains it's wired much more differently than Just the Robot's. If not, it's probably wired a lot worse than Just the Robot's brain. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.